inside the running back and leave it with him. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Quarterback making checks. Second down, they'll go to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
They're going to try to throw for it on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Longhorns will punt it away on fourth down. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Sexton. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
And as a quarterback, when you're facing man coverage, you've got to find your best one-on-one matchup. That receiver did a tremendous job. Quickness, changing direction, out of his break, able to create separation. There was no question the quarterback was going to target that receiver on that play.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from making the sticks. Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. Quarterback will keep it. Oh, he's got some space. They get him stopped, but the big gain has him on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
When you come out and the run game works right away, everybody gets confidence, everybody's happy, and the whole playbook now is open for everybody to use.
They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Great job by the defense here, forcing the fumble on the wide receiver. Look. And the ball came out quick. I got to break, get Hats to the football, secure the tackle, try to get that football out. Nice turnover, nice hustle by this defense.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll try the right side. Hammers ahead for a yard out to the 12.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Power football with the run. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
You got to have that defense defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
On third down, he drops to throw. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
You wonder if there's just a little bit of rust with this offense right now coming off the bye week, right? They just haven't been able to get clicking in this game throwing the football. They're going to have to find that mojo and get back into a rhythm here pretty quickly.
Oh, that's one that can mess with your confidence. That is horrible. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
On the move. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Looking to throw for it. Quick strike complete. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Texas offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Out of the gun to give to the back. And the ball is free on the pitch. Defense picks it up.
As a and you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
A little release to the back. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And a really nice job by the defense winning second down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good third down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. They'll run it from the gun. Turning it on. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The run to the right. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. And the pass was broken up, incomplete, and there's a flag on the field. This could be offensive holding. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And the Longhorns decide to punt it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Looking to throw on first down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front. They won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
They'll run the screen. Turns it on in midfield. There he goes. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. Rushes on him. Hit as he throws. Complete downfield. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They're going to test the right side with this one. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
He'll take it himself. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He's not going to make it to the sticks, and what a stop against one of the best third down offenses in the country. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Smashes it between the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass. Got the quick pass. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down. He was all by himself out there. Someone just lost track of their assignment.
Man, that's so frustrating because you want to make offenses earn it, and you don't want to give up big plays and bust coverages and let people run wide open, especially good players. Like, you know this guy's a good player, and you let him run wide open down the field.
Wants to throw on first down. Finds the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on second down. Finds his big tight end. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that curl route.
The RPO fired complete to the left. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Looking to throw on first down. It's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They're dealing with a second and long. He might want another play. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. This time it's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. And the Longhorns in the hurry-up. The give to the running back from the shotgun. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This offense just wearing this defense down. 11th play of the drive coming. They'll go to the ground.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And is such just inside that right upright. That'll close the gap to 14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Ohio is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Peden Stadium, but the Bobcats have struggled to really pull away. They're up by 7 over Marshall. The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Underneath toast to coverage, got it deep downfield. Flying down the left side. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Ohio State. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
Ohio State 24, Texas 3.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Texas.
And he's going to bring this one out. I imagine he's going to get an earful. The sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking downfield on first down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Steps away. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Motion from the wideout. Backed up in their own end. Don't hold the ball too long. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Longhorns will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Out of the gun, the running back has it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Right back to it. Breaks into the open. Busts through behind his pad. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Buckeyes. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it.
Texas.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. It's great to think you're going to score every time you return it, but man, what a bad decision. He's down at the 6. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Look at it this way. The field position is awful, but opportunity to pile up a lot of stats because there are a lot of yards in front of them. Give to the back. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Tight end now in motion. He wants to change this route. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pulls it in. It's Johns. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
That might be the play that turns the momentum in this game, right? They're getting blown out right now on the scoreboard. It's late in the half. They've got to come away with a touchdown, but that might be the guy you need to keep going back to in the passing game to get yourself back in this game.
And the Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. He uncorks a bullet to the right. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the 1st half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the 1st half.
He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the 1st down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
To the air on 1st down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. And the Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. Touchdown, Ohio State. A great catch and run for 6.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays. Score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the 2nd half.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a pass from 40 yards out. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll run play action. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. There aren't many guarantees in life, but try a field goal from 1,000,000 yards away, and you're not going to make it, and he didn't. And I guess they wanted to draw a little closer. Instead, they're still way, way behind. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Longhorns will boot it away to start the second half. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the gun, the ground game. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Sometimes in your playbook, you have run plays that are called run-it runs. You leave the play on no matter what look the defense gives you. That time the defense was blitzing, but they just kept...
Oh, he's got some space. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Interesting showdown in the MAC today, man. Take a look at how things are playing out. Ohio is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Peden Stadium, but the Bobcats have struggled to really pull away. They're up by 10 over Marshall. Any big developments here in the MAC, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Quick completion on the out route. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. The Longhorns moving quickly to the line.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Gets the back moving. Making side adjustments here. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, this offense has really struggled so far early in this game, and the passing game particularly. A lot of that is on the quarterback, but at some point you need guys to step up and help him out. That was a very good throw. His receiver has got to be able to make that catch. It just takes one play to get momentum and build some confidence, but the guys around the quarterback, they've now got to step up for this offense.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. From the gun, give on the inside. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Ohio State.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And it's no good because no game is perfect. Something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about in the film.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Quarterback making adjustments. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Unleashes one. Catch in the middle, it's Johns. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Motion from the back. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Defense makes the stop of the change move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. Wants to throw it. Going for 6. Touchdown, Texas! Quick strike through the air for the score. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Just down here, he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost him.
The big fella's on the field, guys, for the 2-point conversion.
42, Spider.
Trying to power it in. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They are set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field?
Texas.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. As if they didn't get it off in time, it'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Now on 2nd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Little touch pass to the receiver. Turning it on. The 30. Running inside the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Yeah, if I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And it's no good. He missed the extra point. That drive, a great example of just how potent this offense can be. 2 plays, 80 yards, give them the touchdown.
Texas.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Right on the money. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Longhorns will hustle to the line.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Fires downfield. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Taking it the other way. The 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they turn it into a defensive score.
How about the middle linebacker making a great play? Drops in his zone, eyes on the quarterback, sees the quarterback throw the football, breaks on it perfectly, steps in front, and takes it all the way to the house.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Virginia is ahead right now in Charlottesville, but that's not exactly Sean Moore out there dominating this one. We are a long way from being over. They're up by 11 over Stanford. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. It's complete to the left. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Wants to throw on first down. It's complete on the right side. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
That's a great example of him understanding where everybody is on the field because that wasn't the guy he wanted to throw it to, but he knew he was going to get hit. He had to get rid of it quickly, dumped it off, and he let his guy go make a big play for him.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on first down. He's got him in the flat. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Shoots it to the left. And that one's incomplete as they tried to hit him with a big play on the final snap of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming up. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. They'll move the tight end. Wants to keep it in the air. Finds his tight end. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he makes the catch. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The give to the back. There he goes. The 40. Inside the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. He got a step and just dusted the field. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And the extra point is good, finds his rhythm after shanking a couple. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Hand off from the shotgun. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Longhorns headed quickly to the line.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. To throw, it's Duke. Finds his big tight end. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2-, 3-, and 4-yard gains in the 1st and 2nd quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
And the Longhorns can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll leave it with him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Longhorns come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Motion from the wide receiver. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. 1st down.
And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field.
Here we go, set.
Gives it on the option. Pass to Sticks, and he may get more. Knocked out of bounds at the 7-yard line. The big run's going to make it 1st and goal.
What great explosiveness by this running back to break through and almost get to the house, Jesse, but just comes up short.
Well, I'll tell you, he had a lot of help downfield as well. Receivers getting blocks and making life easier on the back there. And all of a sudden now this offense knocking on the door deep down in their opponent's territory.
Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5.
Football, set, stand. Okay, break.
Quarterback may change this route. Looking downfield, it's Duke. Fires into the end zone. Incomplete, and they tried to catch him flat-footed on 1st down, but the defense was ready.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Sends it back in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Blasted as he lets it go. Touchdown, Longhorn! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
Hey, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
Forward. He gets it in there for the 2, and they'll chop a couple off that lead.
And you only got a few yards to go. I love when you get the ball on the perimeter. Defense is all crowded inside tight, pitching on the outside. Running back does the rest. Nice play call.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
And everybody's got different philosophies. Some people kick onsides every single time. You go for the big play, try to create some momentum for your team, but they failed. A nice job covering the kick, seeing the football off the kicker's foot, securing it, getting on the ground, and making sure your offense retains the football.
The give as they work on that clock. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Bring in the heat. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Punt is in the air. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Looking to throw, it's Duke. The throw, it's picked off, and another empty drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to beat the D deep. Picked off to stop the threat. Takes it the other way. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. The offense changing the play. Back to pass, it's Duke. Right down the middle. Got a man, it's Orji. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the 4th quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in CUSA, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. The home team is just getting blown off the field right now, and at this rate, I'm not sure it won't get worse. The Gamecocks offensively are slicing through that D like a hot knife through butter. This looks personal out there today. They're trailing by 24 to Jacksonville State. Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up up to the offense on the next drive. His drive will open from the 15. They go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Might be calling a hot route. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He's taking a deep shot. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Bringing it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.